What's up, beautiful people? I hope you're doing well. This is a surprise live coming at you Friday night. This is what I like to do for my Friday nights, right? Get all kinds of cray-cray on the internet. I know that this week I have not been as present as I normally am when it comes to doing my daily energy reports. Um, It's been a wild ride this last week or so with all these energies, especially with this new moon right on top of my natal moon in my 10th house. Been in deep contemplation, deep thought. But I wanted to come on here today to talk a bit about the energies going on. And uh, it's taken me a little while. These energies are so friggin' intense. It's taken me a little while to get these energies lined up in my mind so that I'm able to disseminate it, right? And a lot of people are experiencing a lot of change right now, and change does funny things to people, of course, myself included. When I was in my travels last week, I saw a lot of people going through a lot of breakthroughs, breakdowns, a lot of really like fundamental life-changing aspects that have becoming as like a shock and awe to people. I want to let you guys know that this is the theme of the Saturn Uranus square that's going to be happening all year long, right? This is the sort of the introduction to this year. And now that we are just coming into this new Chinese New Year of the Ox, I kind of see the Chinese New Year, the Chinese New Year of the Ox as Taurus, right? Taurus, the bull, ox, kind of the energy that feels the same to me, right? Which is a good thing, actually, because I feel with the Chinese New Year aligning with the house that Uranus is in, with all these energies going on, this is about really transforming the foundation from which we all live. Now, at the collective level, we can see all this crazy stuff going on, right? People are divided, yet at the same time, people are creating ways to come together. This is the place where people get creative. People have ideas flowing out of every orifice of their body, right? It's coming through all over the place. And as these ideas come through, maybe a bit overwhelming. It may be a bit like feel unrealistic. It may be like a dreamscape or something like that, to where you're almost like daydreaming all day long, like oh, wow, all this is going on. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I don't know how to process it all. I'm seeing a lot of different ways, but I'm going to tell you how I'm experiencing it, so maybe you can relate to what I have going on, and hopefully this will give you some kind of anchor or clarification for your situation as well. The old ways of doing things are not working the same way, right? Have you guys experienced that, noticed that? Even like when it comes down to like currency exchanges, building a website, the way that we get out there on social media, the way that we present ourselves out to the world, the way that we run our business, everything at the fundamental level is changing. And that change can be scary. It can be weird. It can be exciting. It can be frustrating. All these things above, just a cesspool of all these emotions going on that are just can kind of get in there and be very, very confusing. So right now, with all this stuff that is happening, all the stuff that's going on, wherever you're at, whether you're like my boy, the peace dealer, which is just signing contracts and making shit happen and blowing up, and peace dealer, bro, I'm so fucking proud of you, dude. Good work. I love you, man. Or if you're, getting out of a dysfunctional relationship, or if you are, seeing that you need to step into a new light, but not really sure where or how to do it. All these things, okay, it's like at the very fabric of our nature it's just dissolving. and it's dissolving. It's like, what the fuck is going on? There's this feeling of excitement. There's this feeling of like, okay, something new's coming. Maybe getting visions, like in the etheric realm. We're getting these downloads, and these downloads are almost like alien. They're very foreign because they're in this new level of vibration. I'm seeing a lot of athletes that their bodies are breaking down, right? They push too far, or I believe it's because, and because I've experienced this myself, it's because of all the denser vibrations from which the purpose of what they do is coming out, is being exposed, right? So everything is changing at the fundamental level from the ground up. There's a big fucking purge coming through. And as this big purge comes through, we must acknowledge, accept, and allow it to move through. It's when you try to like, oh, stop, no, wait, don't. It's when you freak out and you try to control it and contract. That is what causes many more problems. Okay? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that at all. It's surrendering is very important right now. Okay, surrender is so important. How are we going to figure it out? We don't really know. Nobody knows. And this is where trust and faith comes in. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, right? What's in Uranus? I don't want to know. No, seriously. Uranus is the unpredictable, the unexpected, the unknown, right? Nobody knows exactly. The way that you work with the Uranian energy that is incredibly dominant right now from all sides, okay? Because this is the magician energy that is floating around in the ethers, okay? We need to really be careful, right? We need to relax or loosen ourselves. I'm seeing we have a strong boundary, like a strong auric field, right? But we relax into the knowing of who we are, and that allows all this chaotic new change to come through. So really what it comes right down to it is that the pieces of us that attach to different things, ideas, pleasures, ways of doing things, belief systems, all these different things, it's those things that yank us out of our alignment, okay? And these things can go deep. These can be our relationship with our children. These can be our relationships with our significant other. These can be our businesses. The closest, most vulnerable things to us at the very core, right? The very closest things are being shattered. And when that thing shatters, these things bring up all the stuff that you didn't even know was there because you had it all nicely created, compiled in this good, neat structure. Well, Saturn is an Aquarius of structure, right? Saturn structure is an Aquarius of let's change it. Uranus is in Taurus of structure and let's change it, right? So really, people who've been doing the work for a long time know that when you go down these rabbit holes, okay, and you open up this thing, when you go down your first rabbit hole, sometimes you feel like you're gonna get stuck there. Sometimes that rabbit hole leads to a second rabbit hole. Robin, I love you, babe. These different rabbit holes. Okay, we are literally in like the rabbit hole of rabbit holes, and we need to learn to allow ourselves to go through it. Think of it this way. if you're at a water park, right, and you go down one of those slides that's like a tube and it's flippy and floppy and all over the place, right? If you you're freaking out, you're stiff, you're gonna get stuck in there. You're gonna, like your fear of being stuck is actually gonna create the stuckness. Don't do that. But the way that our energy works is sort of counterintuitive to how our ego works, right? So this is really about just softening up the energy. We have so many ideas, so many epiphanies, so many downloads. It's overwhelming to the mind. It's going to play out, right? But right now is a time to really process and allow things to take its course. The divine is sort of taking over right now. I mean, the divine is always in control, but right now it's right in our face. Like, hey, this is what's going on, because the density's got to go. So those who can't handle it are going bye-bye. This is that next level of the spiritual warfare, guys. This is where we're at. And this is not good or bad. This is literally like what is just meant to happen. It's fated this way. Okay. So believe it or not, this means that the light is rising in the collective, right? The light is rising within. There's good things happening. But when good things happen in the ethers, it typically appears on the outside like bad things are happening. Okay. But, things come and go and flow. And when you practice non-attachment, when you practice just not giving a fuck, right? Like, for a long time, when I've been trying to build my social media platform, building my brand, building all this shit, I was like, what do people want? And as long as I was thinking, man, what do people want? No, I didn't spark anybody's interest, right? It still isn't really where I want it to be, but I'm incredibly grateful for the people that, for the followers that I do have, and for the subscribers, for the people that check me out. Love you guys very much. Right. But you always want more and bigger, faster, stronger, all that shit. But it's not until you've really let go of it till it organically happens. Unless you have like a team of like 20 people and a social media specialist and knows how to do all the, no, I'm just coming from my heart, and I'm bringing it out to you guys and letting the divine work its magic. And that's how I do it. Right. I'm thankful for you too, Fire Fairy. So this is where that's stepping up a notch or 10. Okay. That's why I needed to take a few days to step back from social media to process, like being around these new people and having these new experiences and really seeing what's going on out there in all these other places. It's all this energy coming in. It's, we all need to respect ourselves, and, for self-worth, self-love, self-care. And I'm doing a lot of that. Okay. So whatever's going on for you guys right now, I'm telling you, there's good things ahead, but like this is a very powerful manifestation time. We're in the middle of it. We're in like the seeding phase, right? And that seeding phase is when we're making intentions. We have all these ideas, and everything is shifting and changing and transforming. The metamorphosis. In the middle of the metamorphosis, if we try to figure it out, if Raunchy Therapist, Nikki. Raunchy Therapist. That is a great fucking name. I like that. Okay. If we try to control things, if we try to figure it out, if we try to make things happen a certain way, if we try to tunnel vision it into a certain goal or a certain way, we're going to fuck it up. So don't do that. Okay? You need to allow things to unfold naturally. Just let it unfold. And that requires patience. That requires trust. And that requires observational consciousness, meaning that, awareness of the present moment where you're at, like seeing and understanding and looking at what you're doing almost like from a third party perspective, right? Thinking of like the Truman Show. We're all our own Truman Show. So stand in that present place and you can just see the energy right now is just fucking chaotic. It's moving so fast. And the slower your mind moves, the slower we are in here. And we allow things to unfold naturally, the more clarity will come as it unfolds, right? I've been doing a lot more meditating than I'm used to, than normal lately, because I'm finding that when I'm not meditating, or if I'm not listening to music or some kind of topic, or like podcast or something that grips my attention, my thoughts are just going everywhere. It's taking off on its own. All right. The last time we saw this amount of energy in Aquarius was 1962, and there was only 6 planets in Aquarius. I think, I'm not sure which one was there, but that was like the start of like this whole spiritual revolution, right? There is a very revolutionary energy coming. Things are changing, guys, big time. Everything is shifting, and we need to learn to shift with it. And the more resistance you have to the shifting, the more difficulty you're going to have with things moving into place. The divine, if we're centered, okay, like you have all these ideas coming through, and I got you, Sean. Appreciate you too, man. All these ideas coming through and everything happening, right? Like we have to let it. We have to just like it's like okay, hold on, wait, chill. That's what I do to clear my mind. Right? And as we clear it out, we step into the next step. Like, okay, what's next? One step at a time. Are things shifting physically a lot? As the energy shifts, the last part of the self to shift is the physical body. And because that's the densest part of us, right? So yes, things are shifting physically a lot. Like I was saying earlier, I know a lot of athletes, like a lot of people in general, are having body aches, injuries, right? I had my injury in November. I just heard 2 of my friends that compete. One his lower back basically went out on him, is one of his vertebrae just like collapsed, and now it's pinching on his nerve, and he has to go get surgery. Another one has nerve damage in his right shoulder. And that's especially why I'm excited to be working with this, this natural healing center out here in Las Vegas, which I'm going to be bringing to you guys much more here in the near future, because I think that's very, very important. All right. Our physical health is incredibly important. And the MSM, or the mainstream period, is just promoting ways to keep you sick. And that shit makes me sick. So I'm doing my part to make sure that everyone knows how to be healthy and heal themselves naturally, bringing themselves back into alignment with their DNA, right? We have to bring ourselves back in the DNA, because everything out there is trying to alter our DNA. It's making us freaking, it's making us GMOs, really. Okay, no bueno. So I don't want to be a genetically modified organism, and I know you probably don't either. So let's not do that. That's why I'm all about Uforia. That's why I'm all about getting the biome test done. That's why I'm all about, doing these, working with exosomes and stem cells and all these things I'm going to be getting much more into here in the upcoming months to show you guys, where I'm at and how you guys can implement that into your lives as well. Okay. But I really want to come on here tonight, to share my thoughts, because I haven't made my daily energy report, and I sincerely apologize to you guys. But you all know, like every now and then, we're empaths. Okay. Like this energy is intense and it's transforming us. and we are upgrading. Our DNA is being activated. And as such, we need our time and our ways to be able to process all this energy. So there's lots of change going on. And with great change comes, great opportunity and great responsibility. So as we step into this new level of responsibility, remember who you are and remember what you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay. Self-love, self-care is imperative. Okay. Step into that beauty, man. Step into that beauty of non-attachment. When you can go into a situation and you're not attached, someone talks shit to you, or someone makes a judgment based on something that they heard from somebody else, like, oh, I know you, or I heard of you, you did this fucked up shit. I'm glad you think so. Have a nice day. Doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares, right? People are going to judge, people are going to talk shit. And I've been hated on like that many, many times, and that's the kind of stuff that at first makes you feel weak and vulnerable and like, what the fuck? Why are these? But that stuff comes out. The universe sends that stuff to us to teach us, to show us, hey, we need to zip that shit up and solidify our boundaries. Make sure that we're being self-loving and self-caring, right? Right? A lot of people think of self-love as just being like, oh, I'm caring, I'm giving, I'm going to give everything to you, right? I just want to make you happy. What about me? In order for you to be happy in a relationship, I have to be happy in a relationship. That is how true self-love works. This whole idea of sacrificing myself for you, that's bullshit. That is a victim mentality. When we take care of ourselves and we hold each other accountable and we treat each other with respect, when we call each other out on the shit, right? When we're open to learning and growing and not being right all the time, that is self-love. This is no time and no space to be stubborn, okay? And, yes, Taurus is stubborn, and that's why Uranus is here right now. Because Uranus is saying, hey, dude, that stubborn shit ain't gonna cut it anymore. Y'all need to look at yourself, look at your beliefs, look at your value system. This is all about shifting our value system. How do you love yourself more? How do you bring in more abundance? What do you really want? What really makes you feel alive inside? What makes you feel good about living, about you? Are you sitting at a beach and just, posting on social media so that it looks beautiful on social media, and then when you're on the bus home, ride, you're looking at your post saying, come on now. I know for me personally, like, look, I love the ocean and I like to get out there every now and then, but I couldn't just live there and sit by the beach and be at peace. I would lose my fucking mind. I want to inspire. I want to grow. I want to move. I want to make shit happen. Now, some people like triple water signs and shit like that are all about sitting by the beach and just being taken care of and coddled. Cool. You do you, boo. That's cool. I'm not hating. I'm just saying that ain't for me. I want to train. I want to feel excited and energized. I want to see people transform, and I want people to be on my team. I want to bring happiness and true excitement, exhilaration in this world. So whatever it is that you are feeling right now, because we have unlocked more DNA and we have unlocked a deeper level, right? A deeper level of our consciousness, a deeper level of ourself. That's what this energy is doing. It's opening us up. So we need to explore. We need to take risk, but calculated risk. Not just, oh, hey, let's go jump off a bridge. No, we need to assess the bridge. We need to, if we're going to do bungee jumping, we have to assess the buoyancy of the bungee, right? We have to come with the right people. We have to have a film guy, because we're definitely going to film that shit, right? We have to have the right people around us. We have to have the right support system. We have to make sure we're doing our due diligence, okay? It's not just like off the rip, oh, hey, let's go do this. No, it's calculated risk. And this is happening with business, with love, with our relationship with children, with where are we living, right? Or are we going to live in a different way, in a different place? All these things are factors right now with all the things shifting and changing in the world. All right. So don't try to get ahead of the curve. Like, I know when I first started doing astrology, I would be looking at the energies and be like, okay, I know these energies are doing this. How can I use this to my advantage? Almost like I'm trying to be a mad scientist and like cheat the universe. How can I get ahead? Well, you know what? The universe laughing at me like, hey, motherfucker, you are fucking stupid. You need to chill out. And every time I would try to get ahead and make something happen and control it, universe smack my ass down again and be like, sorry, dude, start over. Sorry, dude, start over. Sorry, dude, start over. Sorry, dude. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Okay. No more. And sometimes, you know, you gotta get hit a few times, you know, but what are you gonna do when you stand back up? So if you just got hit from life, what are you doing when you're standing back up? And if you're in a good place, how are you taking that standing up and going forward? Are you repeating cycles again? Are you escaping? Are you going into your shit? Right? Really what this is all about? It's identifying the distractions in our life and how we sabotage ourselves by just running away from what we really want because of the required amount of responsibility. That responsibility is like, oh, fuck. Every minute of my day has to be accounted for. I have to have a schedule and structure. And I'm too tired for this shit. I'm lazy. I just want to fucking watch TV and go to bed. Well, maybe you do, but I'm telling you right now, that shit ain't going to fly for much longer. Okay, it's not going to fly because this Saturn-Uranus square is saying it's time to get up, put some fire in under your ass, and it's time to move to the next best version of yourself. No matter how tired you are, you have more energy. This, you know, like if you look at like, you know, the special forces, you know, Hell Week, you know, SEAL training, right? Like you think that you can only go so far, but your mind, you know, is your limiting factor. Your mind is your governor. When you really decide to make yourself who you really know you can be, you just got to put all your fucking energy into it, man. You can't allow distractions. It's like you have to prioritize self-love over distraction. You have to prioritize self-love over comfort. You have to prioritize self-love over anything external or even internal that is keeping you from stepping into your power. So this is requiring, you know, brutally honest truth. You know, you got to be honest with yourself. Let's get it. All right. Step into that greatest version of yourself, guys. I'm telling you, right now is the time. Now, when I say right now is the time, get all motivated and shit, right? But don't be like, okay, I got to go do it now. Wait. Okay. So let's structure it. Let's plan it out. Taurus needs structure. Taurus needs to figure it out, right? We all have to do that's why I took a few days away from social media, okay? This shit, you know, I love you guys and I love connecting with you all. Sometimes, like, you know, dude needs a break. Dude wants to just enjoy what's right here, what's right in front of him. The relationships, the people, you know? So that's where I'm at. But coming into next week, right? Well, you know, Mercury isn't going to be going direct until the 20th, late on the 20th, right? Yeah, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. So, you know, right now, like, you know, we have Mercury that's speaking to Venus right now, and then it's going to speak to Jupiter tomorrow, the next day, while the Moon later today and tomorrow is going to be speaking to Neptune, sextiling Mars, and then into the next day in a Chiron. So this is all bringing up this metaphysical vulnerability, this deep down, dirty, subconscious stuff that we don't want to look at, and saying you got to look at it. And it's going to make you tired, and it's going to make you, this is the shadow work, guys. Now, if you're not doing shadow work, this means that it's escalating your responsibility tenfold, maybe 100-fold. And that could be scary as shit too, you know, pucking up butthole a little bit. But hey, that's a good thing. These are good energies that we're having for growth. All right, step into that growth and be ready for the end of February into March, where it's going to be go time. All right. But when I say it's going to be go time, the key is to flow with the go. Ooh, yeah, flow with the go. Okay? Don't try to push it. Don't try to control it. Don't try to charge. You want to flow. Okay? Just be present and ready. It's almost like you're sitting there present, listening to your guides, like, okay, what's next? And you're getting, you're getting a lot of these messages, then one just clicks. Okay, next, boom, go there. All right, what's next? What's next? Well, no, what's next? No matter how tired, how do I move through this? How do I make it past this? How do I create this? And you will find a way. But you have to believe that you're able to find a way. If you are in your head saying, I can't do this, oh my God, I'm too tired, I'm too this, I'm too that, this sucks, and blah, 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 then, this is manifestation. You are manifesting that you can't do this. So that's what I'm saying, the metaphysical part, right? It's in the thoughts, it's in the emotions, it's in the areas of our consciousness that we don't normally pay attention to. And this is where radical self-awareness comes into play. Because whatever our thoughts are, we manifest. Okay? So, and our thoughts right now are going nuts. They're going crazy. That's why I like listening to positive stuff or listening to things that really resonate with where you're going or what you're doing, or journaling, writing down all these visions or all these things that you have coming in. You have to process it. So whatever it is that you resonate with, to process this energy, process it and do it diligently. This is taking radical action and like, in the most fundamental sense. Okay? Because as manifestation happens, it comes from the ethers, from the fifth dimension, right? It comes down, it goes through all our chakras. And it's an intellectual idea. It has to become live, and then it comes through, and then it's believable, and then it's a knowing. It comes from a thought to a belief, or a thought, to an idea / vision, to a belief, to a knowing. And it's when it's a knowing that we step into the manifestation. If we try to step into manifestation from belief, we're going to have, the less strength the belief has, the more doubt's going to come in, and that's going to make it more difficult. So we want to do the process efficiently. And once we identify the flow of this manifestation process for us, right? You do it all in the process. You have to be patient with yourself. A lot of us there's like 12 steps to it. I would advise getting the book from Caroline Myss, Advanced Energetic Anatomy. She breaks this down so beautifully, okay? Because we have blockages, and if we have blockages, we have to look at those and process them and be patient and allow them to teach us. Because in order to manifest efficiently, we have to be able to move this energy through all the way down, all the way up, and then it becomes real. And when it flows like that, when we flow with the go, then there is no stress. There is no holy shit. There is no, wow, I can't do this. There is no, this is too much, too big, right? There is just flow, right? The name of the book that I just said is Caroline Myss. Caroline M-Y-S-S is the author, and it's Advanced Energetic Anatomy, okay? Advanced Energetic Anatomy. Check that out. You guys will not be disappointed. She breaks down the archetypes of our chakras, of the 4 survival archetypes, and how we get in our own way and how we can stop getting in our own way, really. Okay? So stand in that power, stand in that truth, and be your beautiful, amazing self that you are. One day at a time. All right? So I really appreciate you guys coming on here and checking me out. As you can see, I'm in a very deeply contemplative energy right now. So thank you for showing up. I'll be coming out with my weekend energy report shortly. Also, don't forget 30% off astrology readings right now. Go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, check it out. Join the opportunity community and download my free ebook. All right. And I appreciate you all so very much. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday night and weekend, and stay in the present moment. Take it one day at a time and be your best self. You guys got this. I love y'all very much. Send you all my love.